Now, I love this film, and I love the fact that you get to play two characters, two different versions of the same person. You have the kind of normal version, and then you have the tethered kind of shadow version. Which one was more challenging to play?
Oh boy, they were both pretty darn challenging. I would say that technically the shadowy one was hard physically, just because of the vocal work and the very specific physical stuff that I had to do. They were both pretty. It was heavy lifting.
Talking about the vocal work, you master kind of two different voices in this. You obviously have an American accent, and then you have the monster version. How did I go with it? Can I hear it? Can people hear just a glimpse of that?
No.
Is that so taxing on your vocal cords?
Well, I was very deliberate about how I did that. It was inspired by the condition called spasmodic dysphonia, which is a condition where often after a trauma, sometimes emotional, sometimes physical, it's really not clear what causes it. The vocal cords will spasm involuntarily, just involuntarily, and it'll create this interruption of the airflow. And so I experienced that and studied it, met people with dysphonia, worked with an ear, nose, and throat doctor and a vocal therapist to do it and to do it safely. So it was inspired by that, and I built on that condition. Yeah. I won't do it for you ever.
You're like, that is over. The film is done.
Over. It's done. I don't know.
My voice survived it. I'm not risking it again. The film explores the idea of sometimes we're our own worst enemy, which I thought was so interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about that concept?
Yeah, I think, we are in a time when there's a lot of monsters coming for us, right? The notion of monsters being from other borders, other countries, other cultures, other races, other genders, and we're quite tribally trying to stick to our own. And the question is, what about the monster that can sometimes be within, so that's what it's about, and it's kind of like an anthropomorphosis of that notion.
Even within ourselves, do you believe that we all have kind of a shadow or a kind of a dark side to ourselves?
Yes, I do, and I think it's quite healthy to befriend that side of you and to own it. This film, in a way, playing the shadow version of the character was an opportunity for me to put a lot of the darkness that goes unutilized because it is socially unacceptable. It was a great place to put it,
That's great. We should all do that. The world might be a better place if we all got to play the tethered version of ourselves.
Yeah.
This is quite a different type of genre of film for you, this horror. I know we've seen you in different versions of lots of different types of films, but what was it about this project that made you want to get involved?
Well, definitely Jordan Peele. I watched Get Out 5 times in 1 month. I had a full-time job at the time, and I still made the time to go and see that film 5 times. And I just loved it. I just loved it on so many levels. I loved just the risks he took and how much he was saying, how he managed to really show the monster that is racism in this incredibly imaginative way. And so when I heard that I had an offer to play a role in his movie, I was like, of course I'm gonna do that. And then I read it, and it was fantastic. It was such an actor's dream kind of challenge, to play these two characters. It was win.
I love it. Last question is, you've been in these very kind of landmark films, Black Panther, where you're with a almost entirely ensemble cast of black actors, which really bizarrely and surprisingly was kind of a bit of a game changer in the industry. The same here. Are you seeing a change in Hollywood? Are you feeling that you might be part of that change?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's great. Well, it's so great to see you, and again, just another version of your amazingness in this film.
Thank you.
2 versions.
Yeah, thank you.